Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Give me just a moment. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Having to mess around with my mic. Okay, so I think I was muted just a few minutes ago, so I'll just recap. It's been 1 month since I played this game. I think the last thing I did was I got my dog. Now I'm gonna just try to get inside this here castle for funsies. I don't remember if you can really climb in this game. This is where they throw out their roast. I guess it makes sense that there's no easy way to get in there. It is a castle after all. Keep the purpose of having walls, but it's easy. Gotta be some way I can climb up these mines. What's that? Yoink. I'm discovering stuff in here. Yeah, I guess I don't know what I expected. I guess the only way in is through the main gate, and I really don't want to fight the guards. I need to like work on the stealth build because I'm still not. If I remember from 1 month ago, I am not feeling the combat in this game. That was never my thing in the first one either. I don't think I have a lockpick. Even if I did, I haven't done the minigame before. It won't even open. I'll find a way in here. There's gotta be some way. Man, I can go climb that up that. Oh well. game really is pretty. I think I like its its graphics more than I like Monster Hunter Wilds, but I think it's also maybe it's just game is beautiful, but it's also kind of topical to shit on Monster Hunter Wilds for some reason. Fuck Capcom. Okay. Shit. That looks like something I could do. Let's see. Probably gonna have to. Dude, come on. Didn't even look like there's a shot I could jump up that. Is this where I started? I've already done a full 360 around this castle. And their defenses suck. Okay, well, that sucks. It doesn't look like there's really any way I can kind of like Skyrim my way through these ledges here. Okay. Oh, phone call. Be right back. Okay. Alright, let's actually take a look at my quest. Journal. Talk to Wojtek about the coons. Wedding Crashers. Okay, so I'm actually pretty close to that, so I can just go ahead and start that. This is the first time I've pulled out the bow. I need to do whatever the archery treatments are and get good at that. Because I have a feeling this is going to turn into a stealth archer run. Ain't that right, doggy? I was gonna kill the cows, but there's a
silly doggy.
He likes dogs. Okay, I won't kill you. I won't kill him. You silly doggy. Yep, you're a good human. What about you? Check something. Sorry, I got one of. I do have not the latest, like 55,000 series, but just managed to upgrade my 1070 to a 4070. Finally, upgraded that. And I've been playing around with the frame generation settings in every game I come across. Oh, get me that frame gen. Shit, what was I doing? Looking for the blacksmith to help me get into the wedding. We'll just do that. I've got a lot of side stuff, got the dog, so.
You silly mutt.
Oh, look at that dog. It looks like my dog. Looks like Charlie. Hello. Excuse me. It's a weird way to talk to a lady. You starting to regret coming to play dice? Go on then. Toss your dice. Go on then. Have a dice. Hello.
I'm sorry.
They're so nice, I'm just running into them. Cutting through people's houses. People are just like, oh, I'm sorry. Silly doggy. I shall spare this town. Okay.
What do you need? Hurry up. I don't have all day.
Okay, well this guy's a dick.
Would you repair a few things for me?
How much to repair all? Oh, wow. Okay, this is expensive. Hey.
Show me your way.
Let me see if I can sell him some shit.
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Reputation gained, which is nice considering I think I just sold, like, stolen
I'll have a look
goods.
at the.
Let's see. Wait, how much gold did I even get? I didn't see. Okay, so I got like plus 200. What does he have? Books. I want no books.
Take care then.
Okay.
Thanks for nothing.
Oh, right.
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry,
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it
Sounds
before?
like a character.
Yeah.
Butcher.
I basically grew up
Which I
in the
guess
forge.
makes sense.
My father was a
this is all
swordsmith, and not
taking
just any.
Place
He
in
even
the
forged
same-
swords for the nobility.
What kind of
For the
same
nobility,
culture.
eh?
It's
Well, that kind of
Bohemia.
experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine.
Ah,
A
that's
fine
my end.
sword.
Okay.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight
I've
blade.
watched.
That
4
shouldn't give you
seasons
much
of
trouble
Forged
if
in
your
Fire.
father was a swordsmith, should
I
it?
think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's do it.
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Oh,
Iron?
You can't make
Some
a
iron.
sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
I thought he was gonna send me on a quest to go mine some iron. He in the to the dog. What am I doing?
Go over to the anvil and let's get started.
Oh, to the anvil. Okay, that's the, yeah.
Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. Works the bellow.
Yeah, forged in fire. Oh yeah, I see the color. It's doing something. It's doing something. I guess I need to get hotter. And now we're cooking.
Tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look.
I can tell.
Try it out.
Like,
See? That's exactly the straw color we want.
okay.
You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing.
I poke stick in fire. What am I doing? Heat the entire work. What? Oh.
The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil.
To the
I'm moving the
anvil!
sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times.
Well, hold on. I can't not do this.
See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side.
Okay. Start here. It's gonna end up being like a true simulator, so it takes like
Nice.
several hours
Now
to
try
actually do this.
forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
I think it'd probably be
It's
best
cooled
to-
now. You can't do it all in one go.
Who the
You've got to put
forge?
it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day.
I'm don't
But it's
go
all
go
part
there
of
and
the
back
work.
all night.
Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before.
The forge is steel.
The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. See that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. That's the ring you want. Sparks. That's the stuff. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. Well struck. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it. And the sword will be done.
Wench.
The rest is just tweaking.
Controlling it past this point. Yeah. That quench. Dope.
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need
Thanks.
to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest. And of course, any question?
What now?
What do you think? You're pretty good at sword. Right. You can get down.
Just like that?
Sacre, lad. You take care of these once you've made some... Why are you showing that off? Pathetic. You were starting to scare me.
Haha. Hey, boy, you're so good, little doggy. You're not a dog. Alright, I know we've only been playing for a few minutes, but we're gonna switch gears here. All that foraging has actually got me in the mood to make a weapon blender. So, I am gonna... Where did he say it? Let's see. I'm just following the mini-map here. There we go. Excuse me. Alright, that do the trick? Yeah, cool. Still gonna save and quit. Alright, give me just a second. I'm gonna change the stream information. And let's see. I don't think I've tied OBS to Blender yet, so give me just a moment. It's been a while since I've done an art stream. Okay, I think you guys can see it. Sorry, I have this up on my phone. Let me just make sure you can see it here. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's model weapons. So you're seeing the very beginning of this, so I'm actually pulling up Firefox to look at some references. What practice I have goes into the stylized stuff, so I'm going to try to make like a World of Warcraft type weapon. Let's see. So let's start off. World of Warcraft weapon. What kind of weapon do I want to make? Keep doing swords. I kind of do want to do another one. Something simple to model, but hard to paint. Is what I'd like to do. It's painting that I really need to practice more anyway. Hmm. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm looking at. I'm just pulling up a few pictures from Google Images here. I'll bring them into Blender. I'm mostly just going to trace parts of the blade to help me get some of the stylized proportions correct, but I'm going to try to make this as original as I can. What I'm thinking is just simple sword, but the hilt be like gnarled wood. That might be hard to model, but well, I guess it depends on specifics. It's not necessarily hard to model. Okay, so let me find something. Stick with it here. I'm gonna tell you what, I'll go ahead and open up Firefox for you. Y'all can see what I'm looking at here. Firefox. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna, again, some World of Warcraft weapons. I'm just trying to find something with kind of a generic blade shape, maybe like this guy at the bottom here. And that'll just kind of help me do a quick trace. The main thing I'm looking for isn't just the whole shape. It's see those little, that's kind of small. See those little curves there? It comes back up. It's pretty common in a lot of these stylized weapons, and it's what I like to try to emulate. Kel'Thuzar. Certainly remember that weapon. Kind of like this. Straightforward. Pretty very easy to model. Anything here? No. Okay, I like this the most. Just as far as the overall shape goes, very basic sort. So we're gonna save that. And we're gonna get Blender back up. Oops. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. So now what I do is I come in here. There's my sword. Um, oops. I usually model weapons like that vertically. Oops. But it does not matter. I didn't realize there's actually... It's not completely symmetrical, but that's fine. Mine's going to be fairly symmetrical. At least the blade will be. Oh, no, no, Leo. I'll take you guys outside in just a second, okay? Okay? Okay, buddy? Go outside in a minute? Go outside in a minute? Okay, Leo. Hold on a second, I need to check something. Maybe it's just how OBS handles... Okay, there we go. My cursor was lagging for me. It's because I still had Firefox up and OBS was trying to capture it, I think. Okay. No, it's definitely still lacking. Let me see if I can fix that real quick, so it's a bit distracting for me. Meh, no big deal. Okay. So first step to modeling, I'm going to start with the blade. And I have a few add-ons here, like Auto Mirror. Yep, perfect. And I guess we'll do the same for Y. I tell you what, just because of the current orientation here, we're going to do Y on the negative. So you see that? This, I'm only going to model this part. Everything else is mirrored. And now we can get started. I am just using this as a rough outline, so it's not super important to me that it's going to look exactly like the sword. In fact, I do want it to be more original. So, like, I'm not necessarily going to capture that piece there, though that is a good way to, again, show that those little curves right here, get that nice contrast. Maybe have like... Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll make it a little thicker than that. And I'm going to make it just a little bit wider. Okay. All right. Make sure this is going to work here. It kind of does. I'm creating the sharpened edge now. Just want to make sure I clipping here. I'm already messing up some of these vertices. There we go. There were two vertices overlapping each other, so it didn't look right. Yep. And we're going to pull this out a little bit more so the sharpened edge is all the more apparent. That's looking okay. I mean, it's a good enough base shape for now. Just a couple things I kind of want to change here. Using this as a guide for me. No. There. Okay, now for the part that I don't have a reference for. I'm gonna try to wing this without a reference, actually. I'm curious to see how I do. So I want the hilt to be like gnarled wood, and some of that wood's gonna wrap around like the base of the sword, maybe not like the whole thing. And really the only issue I foresee with this is it's not gonna be super symmetrical. So the blade will be symmetrical, but the gnarled root might not be. So let's start with the actual base of the hilt here. I usually just do this with a cylinder. Actually, don't want to look at that anymore. So let's kind of have this as the base that the wood will wrap around. Hilt, pommel, crossguard, I guess. So because it's wood, this is going to be the modeling. What am I trying to say? There's going to be a lot of sculpting, not just like modeling the base shape, because there's really like already not much else to do with the blade. I mean, it's just hard surface modeling. I will sculpt it a bit, make it look better, but it's going to be the gnarled root. I'm really going to be sculpting quite a bit. Get some of this offset right now. Okay. You know what? Let me do that here. There we got a little bit of that going on. Let's see. How do I want to gnarl here? How's rotating that look like? All right, I want to test something real quick here. I'm going to duplicate this. Hmm. Tell you what, let me go ahead, just start mirroring this so that way I do keep it symmetrical. Mm, actually, don't know how much I like that. Mm, meh. I may just need to do this. There's a way to like model stuff like this. Like one example would be. Oh, I'm sorry. One second. I need to. Text someone real quick. Uno momento. Okay, sorry about that. Ready to go. So the way to model stuff like this, if you're doing gnarled root, might be to use something called these curves here. It's like if you want to make a rope or hair, it's another thing, another way to do it. I'm gonna maybe be lazy and try to avoid doing it for now, but we'll see. I'm just gonna kind of model this. Oops. I'm curious if that'll look like it's working after I mesh it together and actually sculpt it out a little bit. Let's kind of bring these together here. Tell you what, I think I'm making it too complicated. I'm just gonna go back to just one of these. Yep. Now let's practice with one of the curves. I don't remember which one I use. I just use path, maybe. So you can kind of see what I mean. Like you can wrap this around. There's so many ways you could go about doing this, though. I don't know if this is the best way to make gnarled roots around something. Oops. Let's get it pretty flush with the blade itself here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring this down here. Really, I mean, we don't have a reference here, so we're just gonna feel it out. So there is a way I can kind of close that off a bit there. I'll leave it alone for now. At least while I get an idea of the overall shape here. This for here like that. And we're gonna I think I'm gonna need to Okay, well this is something I definitely don't remember how to do then. There's a way to give each of these little vertices here handles. The handles kind of look like these lines, and they kind of determine how the curve in between the segments looks. I guess I just flat out don't remember how to do that. Maybe it's the wrong kind of path to do it. That's good. And you can also extrude more, so if you want this to be larger. And this doesn't necessarily have to be just one big piece either. I can start getting multiple ones. You can already tell the way I'm going to like sculpt this thing and re-topologize it. It's probably going to be two separate objects: the wood and then the blade. Maybe not. We'll see how it looks. I think ideally it would be one object, but it would be so much easier to do the pieces separately. And there is a way I'm going to make sculpting this gnarled wood piece a little easier, but we'll see. Okay. Let me kind of see in here. Oops. This is kind of like where the branches sort of they terminate, like at the end here. So we'll make that skinny. We can kind of mess around with, give it some uneven factors here and there. Okay. So I think we need at least one more branch like that. And we still need, of course, the crossguard too. And I don't think I'm going to make a, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a pommel. The pommel might just be another smaller wrapped branch. Trying to think of what I want the crossguard to really look like. It's all going to be gnarled root. But do I just make it look like a large twisting branch? Which is fine. I'm just trying to visualize it. Again, no reference here, no concept art. Yes, definitely fill the caps here. It's going to be interesting looking weapon. That I can say for sure. And if you're tuning in, feel free to backseat model. I am but a learner. I am not a professional. I do not want people to get into potentially bad habits. If anyone is professional in watching and recognizes any bad habits, by all means call it out. And I think the first bad habit is just not having a clear plan, right? I like that. I like winging it. Winging it's relaxing, kind of. Maybe it's not super relaxing to do on stream. I don't know how I feel about that extrude there. I do want this, like, when I'm actually sculpting and everything, I don't want there to be a hole here. Like, it's wrapping, its branches wrapping around, but I do want it to be like one homogeneous piece. I don't really want to think about like modeling, retopping, and then painting every square inch of things that we're not going to be able to see anyway. So we're gonna. Yeah. How's that looking? I'm also not modeling using orthogonal view, so I'm okay with that just because I'm looking for this to look pretty rustic and not symmetrical. But normally I would prefer to model using orthogonal view. The reason is, like, if I go into this view here, if I move this around, I can be certain I'm only moving this on the Z and X axis. I'm not moving it at all on the Y. And if I go to this view, I can be certain I'm moving this on the Z or Y axis, but not the X. Helps you just be very precise. But I'm not doing that, so I am moving on 3 axes here. How's this look if I kind of taper it off there? Make that a little larger. All right, I'm just going to duplicate that. It really doesn't look good, does it? I'll keep it there, but I'll just make more edits to it. We're going to subdivide this here. I'm going to start moving kind of quick because I'm sort of just need to try out different things. And it's just going to go a lot better if I can just very quickly try, delete, don't like it, try, delete, don't like it, try, kind of like it, try something else. Okay, let's bring this in. It just needs to be a little more offset from the first one I did. Because it just kind of looks, well, it doesn't look that great to me. But it doesn't help that it's just a smooth object right now. Like there's no details. It doesn't look like gnarled roots. We're going to handle that a little bit later. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to do that until after retopology. We'll see. Not too much longer. Okay, I need to taper this off here. All right. Let me go back to this piece right here. So that was standing out to me. It's starting to look kind of weird and it's not that great. I haven't saved yet, so let me go ahead and save this somewhere. Wood sword. Why not? Okay, so I'm getting the vibe of this. Like, I get it. I can kind of see where I'm going with it. Trying to think of how I want to handle like a pommel. Like, just kind of have gnarled root. Again, I keep calling it gnarled root. Just have like more stuff wrapping around at the bottom, maybe. I don't know how someone would ever wield this. I'm imagining just a gnarly orc hand in World of Warcraft wielding it. I'm not so much imagining a real person ever attempting to hold this monstrosity. I'm gonna have a hard time painting this. I don't have a lot of practice painting bark. Kind of have this almost like a staff, but upside down, like kind of comes to a like a knot in the wood, kind of. I could do that for the pommel. And I still want to close this off. Like I mean, I guess actually that could be a cool aesthetic if there is like a gap there, but I don't know. Hold on, thinking on that. If I do let there be a gap there, I need to make sure that this isn't just flat. Well, if I'm gonna do that, now's the time where I would already subdivide it, I think. Get stats on here. I guess elastic crab's what I want. I'll smooth that out later so we don't have all those weird edges. Let's play around with this here. Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of comes to this weird little knot here. still want to. I kind of want to go back to the blade and make it more my own rather than just using that one concept art or not concept. It's not concept art. It's an actual weapon in World of Warcraft. Like it's not even like just. It's several steps into the process, so I don't just want to copy it outright. I do want to make it my own. At least that's the idea. Okay, this is a good start. And I apologize. I need to take my dogs outside. So I will be right back. I need to. I've never put a BRB screen on before. I don't know if that's easy to do, but I'm going to try to do that so people can know that the AFK is only briefly. Just a brief AFK. Let me see if I can do that. Come on. Go into my channel. Good time to make sure my mic's been working. Hey, it is working. Okay. Let me see here. Stream manager. Stream manager. How the fuck do I make this say BRB? No, I don't want to get all these add-ons and packages. I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, I don't know how to do this right now. I need to take the dogs outside, so I will BRB. I'm just gonna type it here. Cool. Cool. And we'll get back to making this gnarled root schwad in just a few minutes once I get the dogs back in. Okay. Okay, don't know if you can hear me, but sorry about that. We're back. We are back. Just gonna grab some water. We're gonna continue. Okay. I don't know why it's doing this, but my OBS is asking me to log back in to Twitch, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. Hopefully it doesn't like restart the stream or anything, but whatever. Okay. So let's see. We got some roots here. I think what I might do is just have a couple much smaller roots kind of flush with the hilt here. So we'll go ahead and make that now. Curves, paths, yep. It's say smaller, so we can make it smaller. Okay, maybe not that small. I don't know why, but there is something just kind of like satisfying about working with curves here. It settles some sort of maybe not OCD, but just like putting a puzzle together or something. I like it. How much? As I said, it'd be flush, but I think I'm gonna have it just kind of tail off the end here. Let me get a little bit better. It's a little longer than I meant. So for sure, when I start really sculpting this root will be meshed together with the hilt. So it'll be one. It will be one object. So it's really just going to look more like a. It's just going to be a bumpy hilt. Yeah, that's fine. And let's bring this in a bit more. Oops. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna bring this in too. Taper that off a bit. Okay. I'm liking the gist of this. I'm getting it. Just by looking at it, I'm getting it. I mean, I think at the moment it could just as easily be like tentacles, like something out of something that would drop from what are they called in World of Warcraft? The old gods, Cthulhu, and that's the only one I remember. Yogg Saron. Don't know if I like that gap. It's the only thing. How do I want to close that gap though? Just that? Yeah, I could just do that and just have it in the. Hold on. I do want to figure out how. Whoops. Close that gap just a little bit better. Like really have these things intertwined with each other. Oops. And just all right, one more subdivide. I'm probably just making this more complicated for myself here. It's okay if it clips through the sword a little bit, like it's hugging it really tightly. Like I don't so much mind that. I do. It's the opposite. I'm trying. I mind is I do want it to really be snug with it and not have all these gaps everywhere. But if there's some gaps, that's okay. Let me bring this in a little bit more, make it a little more snug. Okay. And we're gonna decrease that. Bring that in. No, get the bug. Sorry, text. Do 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 do. So I mentioned I wanted to do maybe something else with the blade, but I really don't know what. I mean, we can add some cracks here and there. Um, let's see. How do I do that? Do I just do a loop? No. Bisect? Is that how I do it? Oh, right. Do I want the cuts to be symmetrical? Destructive modeling! Applying everything. Oops. Can I do like a lasso cut? I don't remember. Okay. I really am out of practice with some of this stuff. There's definitely an easier way to just have that set. I know there's bisect, but I want to actually like define. I don't remember how to do it. Oops. Try that. Uh, let's cut here real quick. enough of this. I've been doing too much organic modeling, not enough hard surface modeling. Save that. Mess that up there. Oh, let's try this instead. Hmm. Some basic stuff too. Just do not remember. let's just do maybe one or two more. No, it's not what I want either. There we go. That's what. Okay. And this one's pretty small, so we can. It's been too long since I've done these kind of models. It's such basic shit. And I can also sculpt the cuts in too. I guess that's why I usually do lasso cut when I'm sculpting. Is that what I do? Hold on. I think I kind of remember now. Yeah, that's what I do. I do that. That's why. Whoa. Don't want to do that much. Try box trim, maybe? Oh, polyline. Oops. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to do. It should fill itself in, right? Yeah. Okay. That's what I remember doing. I knew there was something I was missing. And the reason I'm doing this here, I'm actually gonna like retain these details in the retopology. It's not just gonna be normal maps stuff. So I'm actually purposely editing the geometry here. That might make more sense when I get to the retop phase if you're unfamiliar with what I mean. Okay, I'm kind of getting to a point where I can. Let me think for a second here. Just trying to think of if there's anything else I want to do to the shape of the blade. Bring that to a little bit more of a point. Oh, what is it, Leo? What is it, buddy? Yeah. You okay, Leo? Oops. Meh. Hold on, I'm gonna back this up here. Actually, let's bring this out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sculpt that detail in. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to think if there's any other details, any other big details I want to add to the blade. And I'm just playing around with the shapes, and I don't think there is. The main thing that's going to make this blade pop out is really just the wooden hilt. So let me go ahead and let's mesh that together. You know what? I should not be mirroring the smoothing because this is not symmetrical. It's my bad. But it doesn't look bad, so it's fine. I won't undo anything. So what does this one piece just look like on its own? Okay. Hmm. Again, if I do just want to mesh all these together, or if I, excuse me, want to keep them separate. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to. And the reason why I would keep them separate, I mean, well, I get, I can do both. Never mind. It's when I'm thinking more ahead a few steps when I start adding finer details. I may have trouble doing that when this is all meshed together. Hmm. Sword back. So how does everything look? Am I okay with all this? Sword there. Um, if I am going to leave this gap here, which looks kind of cool, it might be kind of weird to just see the underside of the sword completely underdeveloped without a tang, I guess. I forget what it's called. Forged in Fire. Watch 4 seasons, but don't remember what's called. Mm-hmm. Okay. At least there's some detail on the underside of it. It's not much. Probably that little nub probably wouldn't be much of a tang, but I'm happy with it. Let's get rid of that, and we'll just do a remesh. I'm just trying to smooth some stuff out anyway. I don't really need right now. I think I want it even smaller. Okay, maybe not that small. Okay, I think that's what. I think we're coming to a close here for the day. Pretty happy with this because I already got base shape and everything done. We're actually already getting close to retopology because it's such a simple design. And I need to eat. So I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Bye.